What's up, guys? Ryan here with Tampa Carry, and I am super excited that you have joined me on this training to discuss the right and wrong way to carry a gun. Now, if you choose to carry a firearm for concealed carry, you have to know these 3 rules. Now, rule number 1 is you have to carry your firearm 100% of the time you're legally allowed to. You know, you guys have heard me say it before, and I'm gonna say it again. But most people, they have this mindset that they're only gonna carry the gun if they think they're gonna need it. Wouldn't you agree that is really idiotic? Are you ever gonna receive a text message that says, hey, make sure you have your gun today, you're gonna get robbed? Of course not. It's just random. We simply never know. And that means we have to be prepared 100% of the time, and we have to carry that gun. If you don't, you are simply fooling yourselves, and you will never be ready for a violent encounter. Now, rule number 2 is you should never have to change the position of your firearm throughout the day. So what I mean by this is some people will have the firearm inside of their waistband at the appendix position, but every time they drive, they take the gun out and they maybe put it in their glove box. This is extremely unsafe and very stupid. Now, earlier this year, there was a man who was a construction worker who had the firearm in a holster inside of his waistband. As he arrived at a job site, he decided to pull the firearm out and place it into his pocket. Well, during this process, the gun discharged, bullet flew up into the air, and struck his partner, killing him instantly. Honestly, this could have all been avoided. When I wake up in the morning, I take my gun, which is in my big safe, just like this, I place it into my waistband, and the firearm does not move until it is the end of the day, and it is time for me to lock this gun back into my big gun safe. You have to follow this rule. If you are uncomfortable and you don't feel safe having the gun in one spot all throughout the day, then that means you are doing something wrong. And you have to figure out what that is and fix it. You should never have to move your gun throughout the day. Now, by the end of this training, you're gonna have enough information to choose the proper holster and position for you and your lifestyle. Rule number 3 is that your firearm has to be loaded. So that means that the magazine is fully loaded, but that also means you have a round inside of that chamber. Honestly, in a life or death self-defense situation, you are gonna have a microsecond to make a decision. Do you really want to have to pull your gun out, rack the slide to load it? No. For me, I just want to be able to pull my gun and engage the enemy. Now, many times I hear from newer shooters that they don't feel safe or confident having the firearm be completely loaded. What that tells me is that you need a lot more training with your gun, and that's okay. Now, we have courses, you've heard before, but I have the Beginner's Guide to Firearms training course. If you're not comfortable having your gun fully loaded yet, I encourage you to sign up for that class. It's pretty cheap, and it's gonna teach you exactly what you need to do to make sure you develop the skills and the confidence to safely concealed carry a fully loaded gun. You know, many years ago, I saw a video online of a man that owned a 7-Eleven. Bad guy came into the store and started stabbing one of his employees. Now, the owner pulled out his gun. It wasn't loaded. He racked it, and the gun jammed. So now the bad guy started stabbing the owner. So he racked it again, and now he has a double feed because the man did not have proper training, and he didn't know how to clear that first malfunction. Now, unfortunately, the owner of this 7-Eleven was stabbed to death holding his gun because the firearm was not loaded. Again, the gun needs to be loaded 100% of the time, or you are not going to be ready.